Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, dogs and
And all you
puppies.
middle schoolers watching.
Oh no. Lori and John are here.
Back again. Guess who's back, back,
Uh,
back? Rifles back, back.
that's Lori's song. She sings it whenever she comes. Everyone say hello if you're watching.
Let us know who's here. Come and knock on our door.
Lori will sing to you. It'll be a good time. A warning going into tonight's stream. Lori and I are both exhausted.
We
So,
pooped. We are pooped. Hey, Kevin.
hi, Kevin. Like, if those of you who watched my stream with Dorko last night, if you thought I was tired then, y'all ain't seen nothing yet.
Ooh, Susan Masters here.
That's my a friend I met him in high school. We didn't go to the same high school, but I met him in high school. That's Doug, and he's
Hey, Doug.
I'm trying to get him to start composing again. We'll see if he does it. He does a lot of arranging, but I'm trying to get him to get that composer spark. But yeah, I'm pooped. I know Lori's pooped, so
We are.
we may not go all the way till 10 o'clock tonight. We'll see. I'll tell you what. If we don't go, we'll refund your money.
It'll go towards my pizza.
Well, I'll tell you. I once saw this one Twitter user. It once had this thing in the description. It said, "All posts will be accurate or your money back guaranteed." I was like, it's funny because you don't give them any money. All right, so without delay, since you're all here now, what we wrote on Tuesday, after some serious reflection. I'm sorry, Kevin. I know you're in the chat, but that had to happen. So, Lori, I'll let you hear because you haven't been here in a couple days.
No.
We need to restart what I just deleted. Actually, hang on. I need to add this here, and then we will get started. And I will let you hear what you. Oh, that's right. I got to switch this back to chimes. I was like, why is it a xylophone? It should say chimes. It says right there, chimes, but I didn't change it back to chimes. That's my fault. I need to delete this. Boom. No marimba. Goodbye, marimba. That can go there. This can go like that. Oh, we've lost Lori. Warning to everyone, you're going to hear Skype sound in a minute. Unless you all can't hear me. Can everyone still hear me? I was just forewarning everyone, Lori, they were going to hear Skype sound in a minute.
I don't know what happened there.
Lori is mad at me. She was so offended that I deleted that section. I mean, Kevin may be offended that I deleted that section. He may be signing off now. I'd be like, John, how can you do that to me? Oh, Lori's leaving again. Apparently, Kevin, even though I thought I was offending you, I've offended Lori. She keeps leaving. You're gonna see Lori. There she is. Lori, I promise I don't mean anything that mean.
I'm not coming back again if you cut me off.
I didn't do anything to you. It just keeps making the Skype hang up sound and you're gone.
I know, that's it, dude. I'm out.
I promise, Lori, I didn't mean anything that mean. All right. Let's see. All right. So we have all this. Okay, cool. So, all right, let's go back to the beginning and listen to it, and then we got to figure out what we're doing in that slow section. Here we go, Lori.
Okay.
Oh, before I forget, before we listen to this, I need to give Lori her usual copy of the score. So, those of you who know, Kevin can attest to this since he was kind enough to join me last week to stream. I always give a copy of the score to whoever is streaming with me so that they can see what's going on a little easier. So they have something to look at other than a tiny computer screen or something, and I try to send updates throughout the stream so that they have it. So that is why I have to, why I'm sending it to Lori so she can see it. All right. By the way, we still need to think of a title, so work on that. All right. Onwards and upwards. Here we go. Ooh, that is loud. There we go. And that is it. So, those of you wondering why the chimes didn't play, Sibelius, I was explaining this a few episodes ago. Sibelius has this weird... So, you have to think of it like Sibelius is calculating this. And I know that they're working on fixing this. It's not technically an error. It's technically doing what you're telling it to do. But in a way, it is an error. You have these le vibrate... I can never say them right. Let vibrate ties, for lack of a better term. But that's what they are. They're ties. So in theory, this is tying to this note, which is tying to this note. So the way Sibelius sees it is it's programming that this is tied to this, tied to this. So it isn't going to re-articulate this and this because it's technically thinking of it as a tie. So that's why it doesn't play. So if I just play these chimes, you'll hear it's just going to play the first one. And then you see it will not play anymore because it's just tied, 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 tied. Yep. So I know that is something that the Sibelius team is working on. I know that they're aware of it, and it's something that they're keeping in mind. All right. So measure 87. We need to come up with a new slow theme. So here I'll tell you. I'll tell you what. Well, that isn't going to work. Kevin, your thing is going to come back to life for a second. I'm going to save it as a version. And then put everything back to how it was. Come on. Come on. There we go. Okay, cool. So, Lori, I'll put this... I'm going to delete this, but I'll let you hear it here after I save it as a version. New version. Okay, I'm going to delete all of it again, but we'll go listen to it in the new version. Or the old version, if you will. So if I go here to the plus sign, we can go here to this version 7, and now we have what we deleted. All right, cool. So here, this is the slow section that we had originally. So yeah, that was what we had. And by the way, before I forget, Peter Ciano joined us in the chat. I forgot to give him a shout out earlier. So Pete's with us. If you're with us, please say hello. I promise Lori and I don't bite. We're not that cranky. At least I don't think so. Lori, are you that cranky?
Oh, ask my children. So, what are you thinking in your mind here, John? Like, what is the story that you're drawing in your mind, you're painting in your mind right now?
So, oh, Sebastian's here. Hi, Sebastian. Sorry, Lori, I didn't mean to totally ignore your question. So, I do want some sort of mood change to occur here in this middle section. And what I mean by mood change is I kind of want to take some of the ideas we have. I want to have a middle section that transitions us to this idea. Like, I know how I want to end, but we have to transition to it. And I think that the middle is going to be our sort of mechanism. I want to take this material here, and I may be able to demonstrate my idea here. If we,
Yeah, but what picture is being painted in your mind? Like, do you have a story about this piece already in your mind?
Not quite. We're getting there, but not quite. I don't know if this is going to work.
Because I'm thinking
Nope. That didn't work. Nope. Sorry, Lori. That didn't work. I was hoping it would work. It didn't.
Well, it's like the whole thing with the pandemic. It's like the first section up until the 3-4 bar. It's like, oh, we're going about our life. We're busy. Everybody's, doing what they need to do, and they're busy. And then the pandemic hits, and it's like, whoa, it stopped us in our tracks. And I feel like that's what you're doing there with the time change.
Yeah, that is. And then after, I wanted to transition to like hope is what I wanted to transition to, is what I guess what I'm trying to say.
And as we come out of this 3-4 section?
Yes, and I'm trying to demonstrate what I'm thinking for the next part. Let's see if this works here. All right, so obviously this measure 72 doesn't work exactly as easy as the rest of them did. But you hear it's much brighter and happier, and I want to take kind of the material. I mean, obviously it needs to change slightly from this. Like, it can't be identical. But I want this middle section to kind of transition from the dark and doom and gloom to the more happy material that I just kind of demonstrated. Like, I want to use the same material, but in a more happier setting. I want to take it up a third, like I just kind of demonstrated, if that makes sense. And I want this middle section to kind of transition us from doom and gloom to hope. That's sort of my thoughts. But I do think that we need to start doom and gloom, and then use sort of this as a mechanism to get there. Let's see if we can take. I know we originally. I know our goal is to take sort of this. So when you weren't here, Lori, it was kind of interesting. Tyler filled in for you, and one thing that he really focused on, and I was kind of glad that he did it the way that he did it. I wanted people, because people always ask me, "What's it like when you submit a piece to an editor?" And although Tyler, I don't think did it on purpose, I'm glad that he did. He really was being like an editor, and we went through this entire piece and we edited things, and it was interesting. He was able to give us reasons like why we would edit it and why, certain things like that, if that makes sense. And so one of the things we came up with was for the slow section. We kind of, I know when we first started writing this piece, we wanted to do something with this material from the beginning. And so what we did is we're using sort of this, where is it at? Here. This French horn thing. So we're basically putting it in 3/4 times. So it goes, if we look here at measure 10, it goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Now we're changing it a little bit, but we're using this kind of motif of this, if we were to use this do, do, re, do, and then I think we're going to change things from there. But do, do, re, do is going to be sort of our thing we're going to take from that, if that makes sense. You with me, Lori?
I'm with you.
Maybe we won't do do, do, re, do. We maybe do, let's see. And let's give this back to the oboe, which was our original plan. Oh, I didn't use Valerie's trick she taught me. Oops. I totally forgot. Control and arrow key. No. This may be good. Nope. No, I'm still not with that either. I'm more with that. Here, I'll let you guys listen to this at tempo here. I like this a little more than what we had. How do you guys feel about it? Lori, how do you feel about it?
What about in measure 89 if you change the last pitch to be an A?
Sure. Do you want A natural or A flat?
Let me hear it.
I like it more as an A natural, personally.
Yeah, I do. Yep.
See, that's part of the thing is like when you're, especially like this, like where we can't see the key signature. I think there's a way where we can kind of still see. There's a setting here that I'm not going to remember what it is. It's up here in the invisibles. I thought there was a way. Oh, it's... Yeah, no, it's not. In one of the other views, which I don't remember which one it is, you can still see the key signature in the clef. But unfortunately, for our purposes, we are not going to see the key signature in the clef. Are we? No. No, we're not. Yeah, well, it's because, okay, I don't remember. Hang on. It's, yeah, here in the panorama view, see, it always stays over there to the left. But in the page view, it does not. And there's no way to get it to do that. All right, sorry about that. All right, so... let's see. Let's see about this. So this we would do... this... And then, Lori, I think we're on to something.
Oh, good. I'm glad I could contribute something tonight.
Lori, I think we're on to something. All right, let's listen to this. I think this is it. Not quite. That's not quite it. Let's listen to this. I don't think this is it either, but... Okay, I'm kind of with it, but I don't think that this is the right... This may be the solution. Let's see if this is it. That's better. That's still not quite what I'm thinking it needs to be.
Does anybody have any ideas? Sebastian, Kevin, Peter.
Come on, Sebastian, let's hear it. Doug, let's hear it. Peter. Where are you at, Peter?
Peter Pumpkin Eater.
Peter! Peter, I'm going to give you the head shake of shame. You don't want the head shake of shame. People fear the head shake of shame, Peter. Peter's not watching. Or else he'd be trembling in fear from the head shake of shame. Peter. Kevin. I'm going to delete the Kevin notes. By the way, oh, you weren't here for that. Here, I'll show you while we're waiting for someone to say something. So every time there are 4/16 notes in the timpani part, those are called Kevin notes.
Oh, why?
That was Kevin's idea. What was it here in this timpani solo before 66? He was like, put 4/16 notes on that G, and so we did, and that is now forever the Kevin notes. John Bubbett had something that was the John Bubbett notes, and I don't remember what they were. I think we just deleted them. So do they still count? I don't know if they still count since we just deleted them. Let's see. What can we do? Seeing that I think the whole harmonic vocab moves together without contract motion. But what about this chord here at 87, 80, 89? Does anyone have any ideas for this? I don't think what I have here is it, for lack of better terms. I don't.
So, John, here's an idea. What if we just did the oboe solo by itself at 87 and then introduced some of the harmony at 91?
We could. But I mean but that doesn't change that we still need to kind of figure it out. Because we need to know. Well, first of all, we're probably going to use this theme again, so it needs to be orchestrated. You know what I mean? That's why I don't never like. Even if I know I'm not going to use it right away, I know I eventually have to do it. So I kind of want to figure it out. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. Kevin says play it again.
Okay. Like, see, for example, Lori, like, I know when we go through this section a second time through, we're going to need this to be harmonized. So that's why I usually do it first to see if it's even worth using in the long run. Like, why go through the whole work of figuring something out if it can't be harmonized correctly, if that makes sense?
No, I gotcha. That's smart.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna work either. I wonder if it's that. I don't think this is the solution. Well, maybe. I don't think this is it, but let's try it. That kind of works. I'd be okay with that. So then we need to do this, and we need to take this, because I know for sure we're going to use this. Now we just need to... So see, Laura, this is what I was saying. We kind of have to figure out what we're doing at this point.
Right. Kevin says it sounds too happy too soon.
I don't know if it sounds happy though. In my opinion, I don't know. To me, it sounds. It doesn't sound happy.
I want it to sound more like morbid or like death-like, and I agree with Kevin. It's too pleasant right now.
All right. Well, let's listen to this and then we'll give that a shot. Let's see if this does anything here. Oh, we've lost Lori again. Kevin, let's listen to this real quick and let's see how we feel, and then we will if we need to restart, we need to restart. Hi, Lori.
Oh.
We cried.
Hello. I'm back. I came back. I'm just being nice.
I like that. I don't think that sounds too happy. One more time at 87. Here, it's this time so Lori can hear. How do we feel about that?
I just want to say that I love the solo oboe completely by itself at 81. It symbolizes isolation.
It sounds really pretty.
And then the social distancing is lessened a little bit, and we introduce friends.
We introduce here, Lori. I'll put gonna delete that. We've reached that point. I've told.
I just want to let you know that there are 12 minutes left.
We've reached that point where I've written in the music that somebody needs to make friends. All right, here we go. Measure 87. One more time. All right, so I don't like. Da, 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 da. I think that I'm gonna not like this, but we're gonna have to do this. It's gonna have to go like this.
Did you see Susan Master's suggestion?
I did not. What did Doug say?
Doug said before that last chord, eighth notes above, then below, and resolve to the tonic. And measure 95.
I don't know what Doug's going for there.
Yeah, I couldn't get it either.
Doug, can you? Lori and I are both very tired. Can you try explaining that a little more for us? Lori and I both need a nap. Truth be told, I have to be honest. I was so tired at 8 o'clock. I was just like, "That's it. I'm taking a nap," and I took a 30-minute nap. I still haven't woken up from that nap, I don't think.
I don't think I've taken a nap. There was one time I took a nap when my second child was born. One day. It just was really ridiculous. But yesterday I actually was on my daughter's bed reading a story to her, and I was like, oh my God, did mommy just fall asleep for 10 minutes?
Oh, no. Oh.
Okay, so Kevin says, I almost want to hear just the lower part of flute as a unison line for flute through bar 93, then split into parts in 94. That might sound crazy.
Hang on, so let's real quick. See, so what Doug is saying, before the last chord, eighth notes above. Are you talking about in the oboe part, Doug? I don't know where you're. I'm very confused as to what you're after here, Doug. I don't know what you're going for. Kevin says, I just want to hear the lower part of the flute as a unison line for the flute through 93. Then split at 94. I don't think you're gonna like that, but we'll we can. It never hurts to try. All right, let's listen to it. Yeah, maybe I was wrong.
I like that.
I wonder if we get rid of this and we just make it a duet the whole time. Let's see if we can pull this off. I was wrong, Kevin, you win.
Ding 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 ding.
I think I like that, and I think we're gonna do that. I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna give this to the clarinet. Like, man, they're like, I get a solo that's just a whole note tied to a tone. Oh, everyone say bye to Lori. She'll be back in a minute, hopefully. She doesn't send me a message saying, nope, not doing it again. I think that what this, I won't say it. I think Lori uses a different type of computer than I do. That's all I'm gonna say. All right. This needs to be piano. I am surprised Lori hasn't sent me a I'm not doing it again message. I'm surprised. She hasn't said I quit. Oh. Lori, come back. I promise I didn't mean what I said. I promise. Oh, Lori's not doing it. All right. Everyone say bye to Lori. Bye, Lori. Thank you for joining me. I will cry the next 3 minutes in your honor. Oh, everyone's dabbing for you, Lori. All right, let's listen to this part at 87. Lori, this is the song of how sad I am that you're leaving. And this is the sadness I feel. Lori, you're the best. Alright, so now we need to take this and expand it a little more at 96. So we'll give this to... Oh, Doug, hey, just so you all know, this is how dedicated Doug is. Doug just drew a picture and sent it to me on Facebook here. And he was so excited that he drew it, he even added that he drew it upside down. So, to give that to the flute, and I can do that, Doug, but I think that you're gonna... I don't think it's gonna be what you want. I think this is what you're thinking. Sort of the church thing here. Here, I'll put it on for you. Although I do kind of like the, I think this is what you're thinking. I think that's what you're thinking, but it would be... like that. I think that's what you're thinking, Doug. Tell me if that's what you're thinking. B natural in the flute to beat 4 instead of 3. I think, actually, to be honest with you, I like this as A flat. Well, Kevin, I'll get to that in a second. I want to hear this. I kind of like that A flat. It sounded very foreboding. Yeah, I think that sounds kind of like it's not, all isn't right in the world. Actually, here, what we could do is this. Yeah, I kind of like that. Again, it doesn't sound like all is right in the world. It sounds like things are obviously um, astray. Things are not okay. No, I definitely like that. So, I mean, we could leave that like that. No, that's good. All right, cool. So now we need to kind of take this. What time is it? 9:58. I'll tell you what. Let's listen to this section. I think we're going to call it a night for tonight. I got a couple of announcements for the weekend and next week, and then I need to go to sleep. All right, let's listen to the whole thing from the beginning and into this, and then we'll talk announcements, and then we will. I'll go to sleep. So here we go from the beginning. And before you all go, there was one thing. Oh yeah, I want to do this. Uh, we need to double this somewhere. Oh wait, no, I'm not gonna do it. Boom, done. Okay, hang on. And no, I said it wrong. I'm not doubling it like doubling it. Like it's still going to be an oboe solo. I'm just queuing it because, you know, one must queue. Queue sized. Don't play it. Queue size. And don't play it. There was one more thing I wanted to look at before we left tonight. What was it? I think that's it. Yeah, I really like the... See, okay, so, this so you all know about this piece. So, I've talked to a couple of composers about this. So, for example, like when something like happened today, sometimes when you're not sold on something, you have to go back and you have to be honest with yourself. If you're not sold on it, do you keep it and try to make it work and waste time on it, or do you fix it, or do you just start over? So, for example, we look at what we did next week. Here, we'll go back to what we did last week. If we listen to it, we'll just listen to a couple bars of it. All right, and then if we listen to this. So what I mean, to me this sounds the other one sounded okay, but this sounds phenomenal. To me, I think that this is sounds way better than the other thing. And that's that honesty where you have to tell yourself as a composer, I can do better than that. And you know, I mean, you can either go back and tinker with the other thing or start over again. But to me, I have to be honest, every single time I've thrown something away, the next thing is always better than that. So, I'm glad that we threw it away. No offense, Kevin. I'm glad we threw it away because what we came up with tonight is so much better than what we had. A couple of announcements before we sign off for tonight. Um, so, on next Tuesday is our... Oh, no. Okay, so next week the schedule is going to be completely different. Monday is going to be How to Sibelius. Wednesday and Thursday are going to be composing days. Now, on Wednesday, my special guest is Dr. Scott Watson, who I'm so excited. I'm sure some of you have played his music or you know his music. He's going to be joining me. He's excited. I'm so excited for him to be there. And then next Thursday, Lori will be here. The following Tuesday, the 2nd, I think it is, we have a special guest who I'm going to continue to keep secret for at least this week. I'll probably tell you all next week who it is. But we have a special guest joining us that Tuesday. And I think after that, the next Thursday, we're going to take off. And the following week, I'm going to take the whole week off from streaming. Because I'll be kind of on my... I know it's not real summer vacation, but it's going to be the start of summer vacation. And I'm sure I'm going to get bored with quote-unquote summer vacation quick, since it really isn't summer vacation. But, so I'm going to take that week and a half off from streaming. Now, before I forget too, Saturday of this week and every Saturday, I don't know if we'll take time off from this, but starting not tomorrow, but the next day, Kevin Day and I will be composing a grade 1.5 using Dorico. Now, I started setting up the score in Dorico. If you look up the playlist on my channel, you'll see the setup session we did the other day. How to use some of the features in Dorico. I since realized that I didn't do things correctly. I tried to delete parts that I realized I was doing things wrong because it was my fault, not Dorico's fault. Um, so you can watch that. That's up on the channel now. And then on Friday, tomorrow, I'm going to finish setting up the score in Dorico. Kevin was kind of like, John, you can do that. I don't really want to be there for that. So tomorrow I'll be setting up the score for a little bit. Probably maybe around 7 or 8 I'll be on streaming the setup of the score. It goes a couple hours. I mean, the difference between setting up a score in Sibelius and Finale is there's a difference, but like for example, when you're setting up a score in Sibelius, the setup is real quick, but over time you probably spend more time fixing things that you just set as kind of a default. So basically, do you want to spend more time up front, set all your settings, and then never have to worry about them again? Or do you want to set something up and kind of worry about it as you go? I guess it's the kind of two different schools of thoughts between Sibelius and Dorico. And that's kind of where we're at setting things up in Dorico. We're doing the setup process up front, so that way we don't have to worry about any sort of engraving things and setting up and kind of a house style, if you will, going forward. So that'll be tomorrow, probably around 6 or 7. I'll post it on Facebook and Twitter. Everyone is more than welcome to join and ask their Dorico, or we won't be doing any composing. We'll just be learning a little bit about Dorico as we do it. And if you can't join us live, it definitely will be up on the channel, and you can either send me an email or anything with questions or suggestions about the setup. And again, on Saturday at... the time changed for Saturday. I don't know if this is a every Saturday thing, but this Saturday it's at 7 o'clock. Kevin had something come up around 3 o'clock, which was our original time. So we will be streaming at 7. All right. That was a lot of announcements. Any other things? If not, let's dab and let's get out of here. I'm going to go make some waffles. Everyone dab. I won't end the stream until everyone's dabbed. Here, I'll dab. There we go. Sebastian dabbed. Kevin is dabbed. Peter, are you not going to dab again because you've already dabbed once? Doug, are you going to dab? Not feeling it? No dabbing? All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. It really is fun talking to you all about some composing, which is something... Oh, there's Doug. Something that I truly love and I'm very passionate about. I'm glad that you all were able to join me. Thank you so much, and I will hopefully see you all tomorrow for some Dorico setup or on Saturday for some composing with Kevin. Take care, everyone. Stay safe, and I'll see you then.